What's going on, New Gaming Order? We back like the Juggernaut bitch hitting with the head crush and the Juggernaut punch. This is the New
Beat the
Gaming
rank
Order.
number 2 freaking
Takuma, shut up!
Blanca. Sorry.
What the heck? I'm trying to do the intro. You don't interrupt the Juggernaut. Let me stop.
Oh shit!
No, I was just playing. Yo,
I will slap all the black off you, okay? Don't you ever disrespect me.
wait. You know what? Takuma looking like John Legend wants to be as black as me. Don't hate.
Okay, you know what? Okay, let's go there. Why you
Light skinned brothers. Light skinned brothers, though.
You're looking like a...
Why he call me
You a
milk?
milk dud! Oh shit! Roll too.
You know what? Wait a minute. All right. Hold up. So Playboy, you want to add that in there? That you took a shot. That's messed up. Alright, hold on. What's going on, New Gaming Order? This intro got so jacked up, but we like to hike on each other from time to time, so with that...
Hike? What?
It's gonna be one of those shows. It's gonna be one of those shows, huh? But in any case, New Gaming Order, we're resuming Saturday production. I know last week kind of got, but we covered down for Thursday to make up for last week's show, and we have another series of topics. So let's go to the Discord, and I am doing another format because I saw Nelson do it on Thursday. I think it's a little more workable. So who we have? We have Kasemi in the house. What's going on, man? How you been? What you been playing?
Man, I've been hooked on this fucking Street Fighter, bruh. Like
Ew! What the heck? Okay.
Hooked.
All right, good.
Even getting my ass kicked, even it's still fun to me, man. So I'm feeling it, man.
And it's good because I remember, Capcom is trying to go more for like the casual and bringing in new people. And I remember you said on past podcasts that you weren't really like into Street Fighter like that. This is a new beginning, so I'm glad that you're enjoying it. And you know what? Man. You got to send me your fighter ID in the Discord so that we can link up.
It's K Simi, same name, K Simi.
Alright, cool. Alright, I'm gonna jump Nelson so he can do his intro at the end. But Goken, what's going on, man?
I made it. The mic got working. You know what I'm saying?
There
The
you
mic
go.
is on. I'm in.
Alright, cool.
I'm back. We had that family feud the other day.
You know what? Somebody liked that. The Blazing Kiddles. He was actually like, oh, he wants to see more New Gaming Order family feud between the Americans. That was good stuff.
More family feud coming. I think we should do like we're probably gonna do a King of the Hill thing once the 8-room lobby thing gets going. We can do, an NGO King of the Hill type thing. Maybe once a month or something like that.
That's sweet. All right, brother Noob, what's going on, man?
Everything's good. I'm still addicted to Destiny. Right now, I'm actually going.
You still playing that game?
You mad whack for that shit. Mad whack for that shit.
I'm sorry. I was born with the ability to have an opinion. Excuse me.
Didn't you know you're not allowed to have those anymore? Those don't exist?
It is. Yeah, because I can give Street Fighter an 8 out of 10, and it's not complete today. But anyway,
that wasn't me. That was PJ. I gave it 5.
That's why I said PJ, to be very clear.
Wow.
But that has blown my mind for the last 48 hours. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to these new releases and some of the announcements that hopefully Microsoft is making. Everything's good though.
Alright, cool.
Check
And
out Thumb Thrasher Gaming on YouTube.
yeah, Buttmasher Gaming, the thumb thrasher of gaming.
You're gonna quit playing.
Oh my god.
Masher 5.
Alright, what's going on, NYC Playboy? We actually got to play Street Fighter, and I was a bit surprised when me and Playboy were, because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what the experience was with Street Fighter, so
Is he good?
You can't take him lightly. Like, he'll hit you with some stuff. It's like, oh, okay.
I'll take him lightly.
What the heck?
You know what? Game on, bro. Game on.
Yeah, what the heck? And Shin Raven, you're welcome to join in on the podcast, man. It's an open thing. We want more people to participate.
You got the time limit.
Yeah, I know. But Playboy, what has your experience been with playing Street Fighter? And a quick intro before we get started.
It was interesting because I haven't played Street Fighter since Street Fighter 3. So
Oh, wow.
this is my foray of getting back into Street Fighter. So
If you was getting ready to say turbo, I was getting ready to run.
All right.
shut up.
Unbelievable. Okay, what the heck? All right.
Everything's good, guys. I'm
That's
glad
what
it's the
he's gonna
weekend.
say,
I'm
too.
glad the weather is turning around. It's still cold, but the sun is shining. I'm glad winter is almost over. We got another month,
man.
and we should be out of here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. And Shin Takuma, man, what's going on? Did you get the shit
What?
working yet?
Not yet, not yet. But
Unbelievable.
What is up, people? What is up, gamers? Look, man, I had company, okay? That's why I get the game working, so bite me, alright?
Why you
Other
telling
than
another man to
love-
bite another man?
Love, peace, and everything
What?
else. What y'all? No problem. It's all good. All diggity. Let's go.
All right. All right. We have a guest today, Mr. Shin Raven. What's going on, bro?
What's good? What's good? How's
Yes.
everyone?
So far, so good.
Thank
you
you
know.
for having me on the stream.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, look, don't be shy. You know, you're always welcome to be a guest on the show. And, you know, the first
Appreciate
topic is right down your alley, you know, so if you can stay with us for the first segment, that'd be great.
Sounds good.
All right. Last but not least, co-producer, I guess if there was Batman, Robin, Superman, Batman, whatever, or, you know, the tag team partner, Mr. Nelson Dookie. Oh, actually, Nelson Del Rio, the co-producer. Nelson, what's going on, man?
Nothing. I just woke up. Still suffering through this sinusitis surgery bullshit. But
You know what you need? You need some of that Japanese thing that make their nose flare. Should help you out.
He needs some milk.
You know what? Oh my gosh, yo,
go with this shit again.
unbelievable. But New Gaming Order, you know, yeah. So Nelson, just if any time you just need to just take it easy or just go into operator mode, hey, you know.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm trying to stay as quiet as much as possible.
Hey, he the operator from the Matrix. He got that headset on.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. But
Call him Tank. His name is Dozer. What's up, Dozer?
alrighty, so New Gaming Order, we're gonna start the show. What you're seeing in the background today is the way that Nelson formats the show. It makes for better viewing of the topics when we're going in through Discord and everything. I was impressed by it, so it's gonna be like this going forward. Now, what you see is Goken and myself doing Friday Night Fights, and I think that was Thursday.
That was Thursday.
Yeah, that was Thursday, and then Friday Night Fights, I was training with Shinwar. Did a lot of losing, but learning a lot in terms of what beats out what. So you'll see that in the background today. But first topic in the shoot, and this has been a glaring problem that I think Capcom overlook, is the rage quitting. Apparently, if you go to eventhubs right now, Capcom's working on a permanent solution to rage quitters in Street Fighter V. Penalties going next week. Now, my suggestion with this, where there was a guy I fought, he was using Karen, and I was like slowly getting my momentum with Ryu, and I had a comeback that should have been worthy of that. I don't know whose channel that is, but when they go into comeback mode, they play the Gals music in 8-bit or whatever. I seen it on Event House, but anyway, I came back and that thing was like poetry in motion, and the guy pulled the plug. Now, what I think that Capcom should do is, if you rage quit on somebody, take all their fight money. Take all their fight money, all their stuff, and make them go back to the beginning. No,
man.
fuck that.
Shit.
Fuck that. Because
Harsh,
if you
dude.
think about it, look at what they do in Killer Instinct. They put you in rage quitter jail, so you only play other rage quitters. Then you have to play 10 matches consecutive. That's like, you know, in the books before they let you out of it. That's like, you know, Iron Galaxy playing nice. But I think that the penalties need to be extremely severe. They gotta feel that shit. You know what I mean? And that's just my thoughts on it. But you know, Capcom is about to address it. You know, players are disconnecting, causing a lot of grief. I mean, I don't get it. It's yeah, it's because you got some people who are really trying to grind and do some stuff, go after their fight money. It's like giving them a ticket. So
excuse my ignorance on this, but how could you tell? How could the developers tell if you're rage quitting?
It's
or if
on you.
legit?
No,
Right,
here's the
on-
thing.
it's on-
Capcom
you gotta
didn't put
record
a
it.
thing in place to record that. Like Halo, if you drop like 3 or 4 times, like if your team is losing, you're gonna go into a cooldown period, and the more you do it, the more your cooldown period goes into play where you can't play with other players. So,
Okay.
what's happened? The way Capcom
I
set
think
up.
you missed the question he was asking because that's the same question I had. How do you know I rage quit versus my internet cut out?
Yeah, exactly.
No, the thing is, once the killing blow goes into effect, and then all of a sudden it disconnects. You know it's a rage quit.
Oh.
You know it's a rage quit. So like it's
I got
what
you.
it is. I got pictures. I got all kinds of stuff. They say record your matches or something. I don't
I
know.
definitely
But
got one in chat right now.
yeah. So with that, Khalif, what are your thoughts? What do you think Capcom should do to mitigate the issue with the rage quitting?
I mean, I'm like I said, I'm new to this, man. So I've never experienced this type of fuckery before, like with the, because man, if y'all watch that video I did, man, it was basically final round. Me and this guy's going at it, and fucking, he was whooping my ass at the match, and I came back with literally no life. I literally like blocked the Hadouken and had no life. The chip damage me down to no life, and I still end up beating him, and he pulled the plug on my ass. And like, this shit was crazy.
He put the plug
bro.
near your what?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness! All right, go ahead.
I don't know, man. I don't know how to. I don't know if they should go as extreme as taking all the fight money, because that shit's hard to come by. But
Well, they should think about that before they're running and ruining stuff for people. You know what I mean? Like,
definitely take some fight money. I agree with taking some fight money, not to the extreme all of it, but definitely take some fight money, because that shit's hard to come by. And if you're rage quitting every time, they definitely need to do some type of penalty for that.
yeah, you know, they just need to think about that. Like, oh, why are we gonna have pity for the rage quitters if they're not, taking into consideration people are grinding? Now think about it too. When you got people fighting, right, and they're trying to unlock a character, that match could have gave them enough fight money to unlock a character, and then you rage quit on them. That's messed up. You know what I mean?
Another
Like,
fucked up thing too, man. I don't know if it's happening to y'all, but like I'll go through a match and win or lose, like it'll not record the match. I guess like it'll lose connection, and it's like the match never happened. Basically, y'all ever get like that happen, like where you lose connection to the server and it doesn't count the match?
yeah.
Yeah, that's just trash too. They need to fix that shit.
Yeah, hopefully they get it together, but the Capcom says they're working on a solution. But with that, Gokin, what are your thoughts on the rage quitting and people being salty and butthurt?
I think people should be recording it and getting those gamer tags and then report those gamer tags. Do the reporting. Like you should be able to capture the gamer tag and have a little short video of your matches, and then just have a button that says send video to Capcom for rage quit.
Yeah, maybe that's something they're working on. We'll figure it out. Like, well, Capcom has to figure it out, but I mean, it's just, come on, they gotta be better sports about this. You know what I mean? If you can't take an L, you can't. I'm telling you, when I lose, I take that as a reward because it's gonna help me get better. Because when I need to win, if I'm at a tournament, there's certain things where I'll just be a little more cautious. Online, it's just like, okay, the ranking and the CFN and all that, it's just to show how much you play. It doesn't like really measure skill. You could have a guy that just got on PSN or the PC and play somebody that's top tier, and this guy knocks him off the mountain. You know what I mean? Like, they too much ego going around with Street Fighter 5, But with that being said, Noob, what are your thoughts on the rage quitting?
Yeah, I just had that one concern about them knowing if it's a rage quit versus legit. Oh, my internet got disconnected. I like what you said about Killer Instinct. The rage quitters, and you have to fight your way out of it.
Yeah.
Maybe like a 30 to 45 minute ban or something like that. Because that is very corny. I have experienced that a few times. Actually, unfortunately, in a twisted way, I love when people rage quit because that means I was destroying you. So it's kind of funny. I laugh a lot of times, but then I have to realize
Your soul is mine.
Yeah, and it's like, well, I just actually wasted my time too because I didn't get credit for beating you.
Yeah.
But I think they should still give you credit regardless. If the other person quits, you should get credit And you know what? I like
Yes.
your idea, Alex. They should because when you get fight money, right? Does
Hmm.
it come from the other person, or is it just
No, no, it's
like the
something you
last game?
accrue. It's just something you accrue. What they should
I think
do?
some of their fight, they should give you like 10% of their fight of that person's fight money.
That's a good one. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, they need to make the penalty so
Or
stiff, man. Like they're gonna think
oh,
twice about doing it.
you know what would be dope?
Hmm.
If like you have certain achievements, say they have costumes and stuff that you don't have or something for whatever reason, they should take that from that person and give it to the person they rage quit on. Yo,
Ooh, shit.
that would piss people off, yo.
Yeah.
Like yo,
Damn,
like
that's harsh, man.
yeah, that
That's
is
evil.
right. Like, could you imagine if you're someone who plays Street Fighter so much and you got all the free characters or whatever? Let's say you got Guile for free when it came out versus having to pay for it, and, shit. And then you rage quit on somebody and they just take Guile away and give it to the person. That would be
No, but the problem is, like in terms of characters, you know, if it that needs to be locally saved, so they shouldn't be tampering with that, so to speak. That would be great. But if you think about it, if
I'm
let's say
talking about the unlock.
something,
Let's say if you unlocked it, you should lose one of those characters you unlocked. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? That's what I mean.
that's
That's
kind
what I
of
mean.
rough. That's kind of rough because if you
No,
think
it is
about
rough,
it,
but you should lose them. Let's say you get Guile, okay?
yeah.
And he's your main, okay? And you've been rage quitting on people a couple times, right?
Also, earn
Then
your character back.
yeah, they should lock out your main character for like 3 or 4 weeks, even 3 months maybe.
You
What
gotta
the
pick 50 matches with another character.
Damn,
to
3 or 4
earn
They're
months.
like
That's hella harsh, man.
crazy. Yo.
All right, you know what? You know what? That's.
We have to see this stuff. We have to see
That's
this.
too much.
I
That's
mean,
too much.
I'm in favor, but like, let's say a legitimate
90
issue
days.
happens with like now. New brought up a good point. Let's say there was a legitimate issue, which shouldn't, because if you're the Kashiraga and the way that's set up, you'll see the connection jumping around like early on.
Right,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, and
So-
also think about it this way: you know it's a rage quit because you're being your second or third round with this person,
And then at the end,
and then all of a sudden the internet drops. That's automatic rage quit. That's not the network dropped. That's like, dude, the match was almost done. You were in round 3 of
You didn't wanna give up the
round 3
points.
out of 3. So you end up quitting when you were about to lose. So you could tell that. So a dropped internet connection is a little bit different, right?
yeah.
So
But-
if it's
Yeah, I'm thinking like guys like low tier God who run around like on his stream dropping on people. He dropped on Shinwar, dropped on a couple others. It's like, really?
Name drop them. Name
Wait,
drop
recently?
Yeah, yeah,
God. We got
yeah. He
Put it on Facebook,
on Street
everywhere.
Fighter 4, he dropped on Shinwar, right? And then it's just like, oh, get banned. Like, what the? Come on, man. You know, just in general, like, take the L. You know what I mean? It builds your play, and you gotta understand in life. A game like this, a microcosm of things not going your way, you'll be better prepared next time. You know what I mean? No one goes undefeated. No one. You know what I mean? And even with,
Except for Floyd Money Mayweather.
you know what? Nope, I'm about to kick you off this podcast. Unbelievable. All right, you know what? Moving on. Playboy, what are your thoughts on folks stealing, thunder from somebody who worked hard? I mean, even if you lost to somebody who's laming out or whatever, still like, hey, if you're unprepared or you just got blown up, momentum is a cruel mistress, can turn on you at a drop of a dime. So, what are your thoughts on the whole dropping situation?
I mean, there should be a penalty for rage quitting. I just don't see. You on a 50 game win streak and game 51, you came across that one dude that started whooping your ass. Oh nah, man. Yeah, take all his shit, take all his money, whatever.
Yeah, they got to make it hurt. And one thing.
Yeah, you got to make it hurt.
Give me all your money.
Putting them in rage quit jail doesn't really hurt them. You have to take that money, take all that effort they put into building that bank.
Or make them
Or
rank
you-
down,
you
like
don't
make
take
them
it.
lose a rank. Like if they're like in ultra
Or-
bronze, make them go back to the beginning.
Or reduce the amount they can earn. Hey, you have a 25% deduction towards any fight money that you earn. So instead of
You guys are
earning,
being way too nice. You guys
Instead
are
of
being way too
earning
nice. I'm telling you, yo.
No, I don't agree with the characters thing. The character
Yo,
thing is too much.
Listen, lock the person's main character out. Because think about it. So this is why I think this is justice for locking out the person's main character or the
You're
character.
talking about in online mode only, though, right?
Right. Yeah, I'm talking about an online mode only.
Oh, okay. That
So,
okay.
so this is why I say that's fair,
That's
right?
still
Think about it this way, because that person picked their main character while they're trying to beat people and get their rank up. Correct?
Mhm.
Most people do that. They're not just picking random characters. Oh, I'm just gonna keep trying. No, they want to get on top. They pick their main character so
Get
they
on
make sure
top.
they win, right? So the minute they find someone that's whipping their fucking ass, they quit, right? And that's messed up. So now the punishment is, all right, good. You're gonna rage quit on people so you can build your rank. You can't use your character for 3 months. Now go build your rank without your main.
But
And
what
you-
about that's a lot,
you're
bro.
forced- Now
That
you're
mother
forced-
said 3 months.
yeah, now you're forced to use
Titus
other
O'Neil
characters.
didn't even get suspended for that long. Well, they had to reduce it, but still, like, yo, that's a lot, man.
No, it sounds like a lot, but I'm telling you, it is fair. Like that will really make that person will be like, damn, they got me. Like they figured out a great strategy. Now I won't rage quit anymore. You know what I mean? Like it's a perfect strategy.
Why are people assholes online, man? I don't know, but
Because they are, man.
Because you can be.
Because
unbelievable.
of the whole topic of being anonymous online.
Okay,
And all the freedom to be an asshole.
and with that, New Gaming Order, Shinraven, this is his first, appearance on this new format. So just you have like a good block of time to, give your suggestions and what they should and shouldn't do with the rage quitting.
I mean, everything that's been said already has like really good points. Some too harsh in my opinion. Some
Like what?
Not
Like
harsh
what? We
enough.
can put people on blast. Go, King.
The 3 months lock out your character thing. Holy shit! Like, I don't feel that. Like, that's way too harsh. I mean, like, I do feel that people should be penalized. Absolutely. I like the whole topic of like how killer instinct works. Some people like would rage quit during the what was it, the ultra combo. Doesn't mean shit because the win's already stamped in.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that where well, I wouldn't know how Street Fighter would do it, to be honest. Like,
A blacklist,
if
maybe.
anything, a blacklist. I think it should just be fair. Whoever drops, they don't get a win or lose, but there's no points as subtracted. Whereas the person that did still sustain the connection should get the win automatically.
No. You
That's
know
my
what?
opinion.
I see what you're saying. If there's a neutral thing that there's a clean break for the person that disconnected. What's to stop them from continuing it on without penalty? They need to lose something. Lose their rank or lose that fight money. I'm telling you, they're gonna stop real quick.
Then I agree with the whole thing about losing fight money. Every dime of it. No, that's way too harsh. I think a good chunk of it, maybe like 5,000. I don't know, like to bump them down. Granted, like if they've stored enough money to buy the character next month whenever it comes out, props to them that like it doesn't penalize them so much. But at the same time, like again, like they should lose a decent amount, and maybe even if they rage quit, there should be like I don't remember who said it earlier, but they have to work harder for their earnings because now that they have like this cap that they don't earn as much per win anymore, and then like if they lose, they're gonna lose more. I don't know, something like that. I think that'd be solid.
Here's the thing. Like, we know hackers and assholes are gonna try to find ways to create another fighter ID. Like, per computer or per Steam account, you can only make one account for like a PSN or Steam account, right? Because I'm trying to see what if they go and make another account or something. I mean, like, I think it's gonna
very
escalate.
common. Especially with fighting games, it's very common to have more than one account. Like, not that he's a rage quitter, but Smug got like 8 names.
Dang. All right. So with that,
Like how I see it is like I don't think it should be. I mean, like the person should be penalized for rage quitting, but I'm more concerned about the person that earned that win.
Yeah.
They should not be penalized. They
But
can do whatever they want
but
to
to
the person
curb
rage
the
quitting, but, like,
behavior,
I think they
though.
should reward. Will it curb the behavior? I don't know if there's like a definite answer for that.
Yeah.
I kind of sort of like jumped in like someone trying to come up with ideas now and everything like that.
Okay.
But, I don't think there's Well, not that I could think of right now. Like
Uh-huh.
anything that's already been said, like I said.
Okay. Well,
And like the whole thing about locking out your main character, sometimes you got your Mokujins out there that like they know every character, so it's not going to even affect them, you know.
yeah,
So
this is
like it
true.
doesn't matter
This
what
is
character
true.
they're going to jump into,
Hmm.
they're still going to play and rage quit. So it's not going to curve those type of players' behaviors.
But in that case, if they're good with everybody, then probably disable that fighter ID for a period of time. Do that, like if instead of like taking the character, like Goken wanted to, I think that just
Mhm.
disable that fighter ID. Suspend them. Like NFL, MLB, NBA, when somebody does something wrong, they get fined and it's suspension, right? Why not put that in this game? I
I mean,
mean,
like, some games do it. Like, for example, like the MOBAs, like for example, League of Legends. You queue up into a ranked match and everything like that. God forbid someone picks your character and you're saying like, "Can I please pick that character?" Otherwise, like, I'm gonna drop. And then the person doesn't give up the character and they drop. They're locked out of ranked for 15 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever. I forget the exact
mhm.
time. Like, don't quote me on it, but yeah, it sucks because like if they're especially playing with like a group of friends, like it's a team of five,
Yeah.
he's giving them grief now because what is it like the whole team's locked out to play unless I cut him out of the team for like a few games and everything like that, you know.
Now you see
So
that takes a different aspect where now if you're doing this on a team-based game, you're screwing your team. You're
yeah,
hurting other people. So it's like just do the right thing. But with that, for the sake of time, we're gonna move on to Shin Takuma. Shin Takuma, what
You
are your
know,
thoughts?
my thoughts
You
on
gotta
this
let him
is
go.
that I like everyone's idea, but you know what? I really blame Capcom for this
Well,
because
yeah, yeah, it is what
they
it
should
is.
have, if they was taking the lessons that they learned from, I guess, off Street Fighter 4 and put the same thing in Street Fighter 5. Because when you drop, I guess you lose points. You lose all the points.
Mhm.
But so I blame Capcom for this. And also, if they're gonna do like strict punishments, I think somebody said like with different logins, using different game tag names or whatever, something like that. Why don't you just home in on whatever PS4 they're using? I'm sure they have some type of like MAC address or something like that.
Mhm.
How about you
Ah.
lock that in and lock them out the game for a while? How about that? Yeah,
Uh,
take their points, but lock them out the game for a while. I said, okay, due to the fact that you rage quit, you can't play for like a week or something like that, or 2 weeks.
okay, that works.
Or just, and when they try to make separate accounts, I'm like, no, you can make separate accounts, but you still can't play in the game because we locked you out of the game from from this
Yeah, from the
particular port.
okay.
Yeah, from a
Got
particular port of playing the game.
But
So
you know how people are. They're very resourceful, and I know
yeah,
some folks that can figure things out also. But
Well, if you
yeah,
if,
you can
if
run
it's
different
you
house
think
numbers,
about well, think
whatnot,
about
but
how hard that is now with the way it's designed.
yeah,
You would need another PlayStation gamer tag, which they basically
exactly,
based off of IPs where you're at. So you either have to buy another PlayStation, which you only can have
exactly.
two in a house, and I mean, yeah, you can try to
What?
figure out you can only have two in a house.
what
How?
PlayStations?
Yeah, PlayStations.
Yeah. Well,
So like you could try to figure out ways around that, but it's a lot harder. You have to have like 5 PlayStations, VPN, and then different Steam accounts, and then
yeah.
different, and like it just
But
Oh,
the
you know
would
what?
thing,
people
That'll
take
get
it? Why would people
expensive.
but
take
the
it really
thing
that
that
far
disturbs me the
though?
most is
Uh-huh.
like, why is it that okay, you rank 31 wins or 51 wins and you get beat, you drop? I don't understand what's so special about you holding 31 wins. Is someone betting you on the other side of like, hey, if you get to 50 wins, I'll give you like fat. Is it like side bets we don't know about?
No, it's
It's
bragging
just an
rights,
ego
man.
thing.
That's the
It's
thing
just an
that
ego
that's the
thing.
thing that ticks me off the most. It's a win streak. Who cares? See, if this was like if Street Fighter 5 was in the arcade right now, like way back in the day,
You can't race quit because it's an
you
arcade
can't race
machine.
quit because if you did that, the person who got like, let's just say for example, we back in the arcades back in the 90s, and we playing Street Fighter 2. The person who got like 8 wins, and I come in and beat that person, the person with the 8 wins, they want to actually go on the street and fight you. They want to actually beat your ass.
Well,
I've been to arcades like that. They want to
Mm-hmm.
actually just
Yep.
beat your ass because you embarrassed them in front of their friends and everything else and whatnot. And it's like, okay, I beat you. I ain't saying you the best, but I'll take that your win streak. You ain't gloating about it, but they want to get mad and kick your ass.
well,
See, if we
they
take
take
it
it to
back
the
to the
chest.
streets, then yeah, I'm like, hey, it's gonna be a lot of fights going on. But
Hmm.
since we got more conformed to online,
Yeah. All right.
So
Now,
this is what we're dealing with. So
okay.
that's all I got.
All right. So before I move to Nelson, I want to look at a couple comments from Event Hubs talking about it. Spade Hand was pretty much saying, don't know why this wasn't implemented day one. I agree that something that Capcom should have foreseen. You know what I mean? So apparently you got some other folks like I guess it's the trolling like Cap Cops are real. Okay, oh my gosh. But I don't know if he's agreeing with the comment, agreeing with the policing, or is just like get over the rage quitting as part of But then again, Takuma, you said something interesting. If at the arcade people got mad, like they could rage quit, they could just leave the controller and say, "Hey, I wasn't playing." Like, come on, just take the L.
Yeah,
Stop.
like, yeah, no, like, no, you got beat. No, you got beat. I mean, hey, somebody came in, figured you out. Out them last 5 matches, someone's in the
Mhm.
background with their cord on the thing, figured you out, figured what you gonna do, and then beat you. That's how it was.
Mm-hmm.
See, I stopped playing like games. I stopped playing like King of Fighters.
Mhm.
Now, I'm not disrespecting any race out there. I saw a lot of Latino people playing, a lot of Mexican people playing,
Mhm.
and they got really good at it. Now I
Yeah.
beat this one dude, and it felt like I almost got chased through the mall by this whole group of dudes because I beat him. I was like,
You got chased
yo,
through
like
the
it's
malls
a
by
game.
dudes.
It was me and my dude, Chicago 424, long time ago. I beat this one dude who had like about 18 wins. And after I beat him, I just left. I was like, okay, I'm done. I went to go play Mortal Kombat.
Over Street
This
Fighter,
dude
they
had his
tried.
whole posse. Yeah, this dude had over King of Fighters. This dude had his whole posse chase me through the mall.
Wow.
I was
Over.
like, yo, I am not about to die because of a video game. I'm out. I'm like, 8 against 1. I'm not gonna win that match. I'm gone.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All
I was
right.
like, yeah.
Yeah, this is
So
not Final Fight where one person can run through
right,
Mad Gear City and
Final
freaking
fight, like
Metro
yeah.
City beating everybody up. But all right, with that, I'm looking at some of these comments, and you had God Demon talking about. I wonder how many people in the Event Hub thread are the rage quitters. You know what I mean? It just it's interesting. I hope to sit here and make a video a couple weeks from now talking about the feedback on how they're addressing rage quitting. Killer Instinct has right now the best implementation on dealing with this type of behavior. But last but not least, for the sake of time, we're going to my co-CEO Nelson. What are your thoughts on the whole rage quitting thing? I was reluctant to do this topic early on because too many people were talking about it, but considering I got a request from one of our YouTubers, viewers, I couldn't ignore it. So I want to keep the fans happy. But Nelson, your thoughts?
First off, rage quitting should be handled day one. That's just my opinion, because especially when you have a multi-billion-dollar company backing you the fuck up, there's no excuses.
Mm-hmm.
The model that they're using for Killer Instinct, that's something that I do not want to see again. It's a good implementation for a free-to-play game.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a free-to-play game. This is a game where you had to shed out $60. You get 16 characters, you have a point system, and you are abusing the system because
Oh, Nelson, hold on one second.
you
One
gain
second.
something out of light from this. I honestly still
Okay.
don't know from this day and age, what is this benefiting for you? Are you passing in high school? Are you gonna graduate college? Are you gonna become the next president of the United States by getting a certain point increment?
Yeah.
I don't get it, but what they
Preach,
should
my
do,
brother, preach.
this is my opinion, and this is something from, if anyone has played Metal Gear Online when it came out for the PlayStation 2, I believe. If anyone's played Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater when it was, online, they should use that implementation. Give you 3 warnings. First warning is you get banned for 4 hours. Second warning, you get banned for 8. Third and last warning, you get 24-hour ban.
Mm-hmm.
You do it again, your IP gets banned, any account you make gets banned, and you're no longer able to use that console.
Mm.
If you're forced to buy another console, you're still asked out because your IP is already banned. If you go out of your way and get another internet service provider, they will send that information to the other internet service provider, still blocking you out.
Mm.
So,
it becomes
Do ISPs
expensive.
really care for that though? I mean, like you got your
but the
people that
thing
can
is,
switch your IP on the fly.
but here's the thing
Yeah,
though.
there's Ghost
As
IP and all that stuff. You know.
well, as I said before, I'm not stupid, and I know some other people out there are not stupid. They have VPN switchers. They have dedicated you know, IP things where they could just manually make one up and it'll get sent to like a different region of the world. And so they could trick the servers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm not dumb. I used to do this shit for a living. So I
Well.
can easily tell you that you're going to be banned permanently if you keep up the act. I mean, one, you're playing a game that is a new business model to acquire all casual, intermediate, and pro level players alike
Mhm.
to become one as the target audience for Capcom.
Mhm.
Now you're trying to centralize the market so only that you feel benefited by sitting there rage quitting. Mind you, we're in the technology of streaming now.
Mhm.
People are watching you all over the internet.
Yep.
You got people like Arturo Sanchez putting up rage quitters. You got people like what was this guy's name? Henry Sen. You
Mhm.
got John Choi. You got Alex Valle. You got Maximilian, and the list goes on. Justin Wong, Flo, all of them. You're being watched, so you really want to sit there. You could be a troll, by all means, but now you set an example. Only maybe a week and a half in, and now they're implementing a ban hammer system. Keep it
The
up
game
because
didn't even make
now
it a
the
month,
game's gonna
bro.
keep it up. Now the game is gonna get much more worse for everybody now because this is not just affecting the rage quitters. This will affect everyone as a whole.
And
No.
Nelson, as you were saying earlier about the IPs, and as someone mentioned about like IP spoofing, that doesn't matter because your systems have a MAC address, and
Mhm.
it's
Mm-hmm.
same
I
same
said it.
thing with same
Yeah.
thing with your PC. Like, so it's a lot harder to spoof MAC addresses. If your game, I mean, you would have to be using like DMs and shit like that, playing games through that. But you're compromised. Like, you have to go through hoops
Yeah.
to kind of give yourself the misconception that you're a different machine, right? So most of these games, I don't think people know this now, but not only do they use IP, but when you're registering your PS4 with your gamer tag, that's registering the MAC address of the
Mhm.
physical device. So
Yeah,
they're not looking to block your IP. They're looking to block the device itself.
but
So
Mhm.
that
you're gonna have to have a whole second computer or a couple of computers, or things like that, and different
Yeah.
gamer tags. You have to go
Yeah.
through
right,
hoops. To kind
but
of
Yeah, if
there's
they do it in
also
layers, if they block the IP, they block MAC addresses and all that,
right,
it's gonna
exactly.
get too
but there's
expensive for them to
also
keep that up. You know.
there's also things that I used to call them black boxes back then, which is
Yep.
basically you hook it up to your router and it shuts all that out, even if they try to register that particular MAC address or IP. I still know people to this day that still have that device that they will
Oh,
not.
you could turn your router into that still to this day. But I mean
Yeah,
the problem with that is too, when people like things like PS4, it's harder to do with PC. Like the PS4, Sony could potentially look for users that have not like who can't whose MAC addresses can't be identified or registered, or it's spoof kind of behavior, and block those from even registering. And you're like, why can't I register? Is, oh, you can't register because we can't do this. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So
Mhm. All
yeah,
right.
but again, it should just be handled in a way where people get affected tremendously. And as I said before, they should just use the MGO model where to the point where you're going to tremendously suffer. Yeah, you want to play a game, but I don't believe in that killer instinct thing where you get thrown into jail, you fight for a little while, and then you just get set free back into the ranking world. Like, are you really going to sit there and tell me that that user after 10 matches is going to learn its lesson when he's a resident troll and wants to keep tormenting people online for like their dedicated of training, whether if it's just for fun, whether if it makes them feel good, or they're actually training for a tournament. And online is the only structured source that they can find people. You're ruining everyone else's experience. In my opinion, if it had to be like super fucked up, as what Goken said, you got to take something severe from them. You bought the season pass, goodbye. That's gone now. Earn that shit normally. You have all those fight
Damn
money
straight.
points, take that shit away. You're done. You have unlocked all the colors in survival mode, take that shit away. Find some equal ground to just make them feel like, wow, I really fucked myself over.
Yep, I agree. I agree.
Absolutely.
All right, so the
I
rest
still
of it,
disagree with that.
Fuck your life.
but guys, for
I
time,
still disagree with that. Let me just finish really quick, and then we can go on. Sorry, like I think again, I think it's just fair that like as long as the player that's legit doesn't get penalized if they get their win or the person drops, they
Mhm.
still get their rank up. The person that does get the drop, maybe their win streak gets reset, but there's no win or lose points or anything like that. They're
Mhm.
not ever going to progress if they continue to rage quit. You know, they don't
Yeah,
see
yeah,
any
I agree.
points
Well, the thing
moving or
is,
reducing. You know.
the thing is with that, Shin Raven, I understand what you're saying. Like, you still want the benefactor to still be in favor of the person who's legitly not like opting out, and the person who is opting out not to either get a win or a loss or to even gain ranking or what is it, league points. I get that, but again, you're still being too nice. I don't give two fucks. If you want to set an example, you have to be harsh as fuck. Especially me, as like, I'm gonna not put and New Gaming Order in line, but let's say I am a co-CEO of a company. I'm not gonna let shit fly. I don't give two fucks. If I gotta
Yeah, it
stand my
won't. That
ground and be
things
like,
won't
yo,
get
this
done.
has to happen, then it will happen. This is your fault that you're bringing this upon everyone else. Just like some parts in the army, when one person fucks up, everyone gets affected. So that's that person's
Yeah,
fucking
when it
fault.
comes to life or death or something like
Yeah,
complacent, like
don't
yeah,
be so
yeah,
loosely.
there,
Man,
yeah,
Don't be so
I don't
loosely
know
on
if I
these
can work
fucking
with
kids,
Nelson.
man.
I'd be scared.
yeah,
Nah, don't be
that
loosely on these kids. If you want to set a harsh ass example for this to never ever happen again,
hmm
you're gonna have to start saying the big fuck you to everybody and put
Yeah,
that system.
Hello.
but you know what? Here's the thing too. There should be a progression. Like, okay, harsh measures. It should be something where, okay, like you said, the warning, or okay, let's say they started the jail thing. If the jail thing doesn't work, then move it up to phase two, where you start blocking characters. If that doesn't work, then full out. You know what I mean? Because I believe everybody can change, and if we don't give them the chance. We're like, we don't want to run things like in tyranny, So you still want to be like, hey, you know what? We want everybody to enjoy the game, but because let's say Capcom does go full throttle and start banning people, they already have bad rep for making poor decisions. They're gonna get crucified even worse. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a lose lose for Capcom
But
because
I
they
will
should have had
respect
this.
them for that. I will respect them more for that. At least they're taking the opportunity to get these motherfuckers off the game and make it a much more enjoyable and
Yeah,
clean environment.
they're ruining the experience for everybody. You know what I mean? Like just like the team killers in Halo or Call of Duty and all that. Like you team kill in Call of Duty like what 3 or 4 times they kick you out the game. Like
Yeah, but again, for me, I would also take the Call of Duty route where if you keep excessively um, rage quitting or excessively like cursing people out or offending people, you know how like they have like the little comments system where you can report people
mhm
and shit like that, or put something like that in to the point where you will get banned for life.
mhm. Now I wanted to address Charlie Nash SF5 in the chat. We were talking about that. If you play Killer Instinct, Charlie Nash, they have that Killer Instinct jail where the droppers or quitters play each other and they have to work their way out of the jail so that they can play with law-abiding game citizens. So I mean that's a good point. If you're just joining us, yeah, we have mentioned that early on. But thank you for checking out our podcast. So, but Nelson, continue.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be put into that sense where everyone gets like that little leeway, man. That's just how I feel because I'm personally against people who rage quit and thinking like they could preserve whatever the hell they're trying to do, whether if it's a win streak, their ranking system. Because I know when you lose and you're a very high player and you lose a lot of points, you're gonna feel some type of way. You're gonna be like, damn. What the fuck? I lost like 300 points, and that's gonna take me another 20 games to get back. But if you're good, you should be able to get it back.
Now
You
I
should
know
not
what you mean
complain.
by this because I remember in CVS 2, I was like hitting my double S rank, and the higher you are, when you lose to somebody lower rank, it hurts. It hurts. You lose a lot of points, so you're sitting there like, what the hell? So back then, I understood why people were rage quitting. but still you're screwing, the whole system because it's like, hey, just play honest. You know what I mean? If you can't take a loss, don't be like the Carolina Panthers quarterback who was salty about losing in the Super Bowl. Like,
Just be honest.
Really?
you know what I'm saying?
You went there. You went
Try
there.
me. Try
Yeah,
me.
yeah, I went there. He was
But
salty as hell. If that was Madden, he would have found a way to unplug the Super Bowl so he didn't lose.
but this is
That's
He would
totally
have
messed up,
unplugged it.
yo.
And let's
That's
not
totally
say-
messed up.
this is to quickly end my portion of it, and then I guess we can end the topic. To be on the opposite end, not to be on my fucked up side, just make, as what Shin Raven said, just make some little blacklist little column. You add that player's name, and you will never come across that user ever again. Whether if it's casual, whether if it's ranked.
Oh
That would
well,
be the
Xbox
most
has that.
simplistic.
No, I think that's fair. Yeah.
That would be the most simplistic reasoning to not piss off nobody. You just avoid that person completely, and that's it. There'll be nothing else, nothing else affected. You just won't fight that particular user ever again, and you will just build up your list, and that's it.
Yeah, just like Xbox, where you can do avoid this player. I'm pretty sure PSN has a function like that, where you just like you never run into them again. It might take longer to find matches, but depending on how that's all set up. I mean, we'll see. But for the sake of time, we're gonna go into intermission. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on NewGamingOrder.com for the latest and greatest gaming news. With that, if you would like to be a guest on our show, just like Shin Raven, who's been a long time friend of mine, viewer of the
Yes,
show.
if you would like to be a guest, you just need to send $59.99 to Thumb Thrasher Gaming on PayPal.
How is he gonna?
Start process.
Yes, I love it.
Oh my God, he just hijacked my outro. Yeah, that's all good. Hey, you know what? Thumb Thrasher Gaming, Free Play Mode, and other subsidiary groups that are doing their thing. Hey, we're all one big network. We're one big family. So, you help one, you help us all. All right? So, those of you who are watching us live, stay tuned. You're going to get director's cut content, anything that didn't fit into the YouTube segment. The raw and director's cut will be also archived to YouTube. So, more of the unscripted, the raw, whatever. So, we will be back. Stay tuned for our next topic. Peace.